let's go through the kit. I just want to explain what everything is. Alright, so whenever you come to work, you work out of your kit. So we will start with what? Okay, we're gonna start with these. These are your crochet. These are your crochet needles. This one is a 1.75. Alright? This orange one. Yeah. This is slightly bigger than what you were using today. You were using a 0.75. Yeah. So this is the 1 point. You see it?
I'm not seeing another one.
Oh, you only have one.
I only have one.
Yes, you only have one. Yes, sorry, my bad. Okay, so that's your crochet. 1.75. That's the size. So as you get more experienced, you're going to start understanding the different sizes and what you prefer, right? So 1.75 I would say is the biggest size. The smallest size is this one, which is like a 0.4. Okay, so you have your single prong, your double prong, and your 3 prong. So these are good for crochet when you want to do instant locks. Right? Do you have any question with that? If you're doing like a lock repair.
Yeah, can it do the same work?
As?
Like, do they do the same work? Or
as what?
like in locking, or it does, they do works according to different kinds of locks?
It's what you, the loctician, wants to do. You
Okay.
look for the tool that will give you the result you're looking for.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how you'll do it. So like I said, this is 0.4, that's the smallest. This is 1.75, that's the biggest I carry. So if you need any size in between, you would let me know. Like today you're using the 0.75. If you need more of that, I can give that to you. I can give you the 0.5, the 0.75, the 1.0, the 1.2.
The other one I've been using, it is good.
The 7.5?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll get you those ones. Okay, so those are your crochet needles. Then we have the crochet hook, right? These are your crochet hook. This is the small one. This is the small hook when you're doing your interlock. Like what you did today, you were both doing the same thing, but you used different tools. So the locks you were working with were bigger. So this one was better for you. The locks you were doing were smaller, right? So this one worked better for you. So all of them are fine. It just depends on your skill, set. Okay? So that's your crochet hook. This is also another crochet hook. This is good for microlock reties. Like if you notice the other girl, this is what she was using. So this is also good for repairs. If you want to bring the loose hairs inside, pull it through the lock, this is good. Okay? Then these are also crochet hooks. And they are very small. Okay? They're very, very small. So if you look, this is slightly bigger than this one, the white one. And then, so when you look at size, if you now compare, if you take one of this one, and you take the black one, and you take this one, and you look at the sizes, you're going to see it goes down in size. This is bigger, then comes the black, then comes the white.
The white is very small.
Very, very small, right? So just like with the crochet hook, the crochet needle, that you have different sizes with this one, we also have different sizes with this one, but they're not labeled. You just see them out. So, oops, you see, this is bigger, right? Then comes to this, then comes to that. So once you start doing repairs, now depending on the repair work that you need to do, you will now know which one. So that comes with experience. I can't tell you, use this one for that one. It's as you do the work, as you become more experienced, you will just say, I need something smaller. Or you will just feel, I need something bigger. That's how you'll know which one to grab. But you have them. Okay? So you have them, you can just go in between. Then you also have this one. It's slightly bigger than this one. Almost the same size, but just slightly bigger for your bigger locks. Right? And there are still other hooks that are bigger than this. Okay? So that one has the purple. Yes. Yes, only one you will have. Okay, so those are your hooks. Then
this looks the bigger looks.
yes, the bigger locks. All right. Then you have this one. Right. This is also good when you're doing reties. This is good. Or when you're doing interlock extensions. This is good.
This one?
Yes, that's the one. Okay. And then next to it, if this is too big, you will now use this plastic one. Exactly. Right. So you see how the eye of this one is just slightly narrower than this. Just a little bit, not that much. Okay. So now with this one, we can customize this.
I think I don't have one.
Ah, you have it. Look closer. That's this plastic one. You can keep it one. You have one long, and the other one, you'll cut it. I wanted you to do it so that you can see. So you'll just file it down so that the edges are not sharp. And then you'll end up with so you keep filing until it's sharp like here.
Oh.
Yeah.
It should be very sharp like that.
Yeah. So that it can really get into your micro lock. So this is mainly for the tiny locks. Doesn't have to be sharp, but it should definitely be pointed. Okay, and there you go. So that's how it's gonna look. Really tiny. Yeah, very good. But hopefully it's not sharp that it'll scrape the scalp, right?
It is also used by us, or it is used by client?
For you and client.
Oh.
So remember, you have to educate your client,
Oh.
right? So if your client is coming and she's complaining, oh, my edges, you will now educate them. You can use something like this in between the appointment before they come to you. So maybe they are going to be doing 6 weeks or 8 weeks, right? But you know the edges, they are always rough first. So around 3 weeks, they can use that small little one just to do it by themselves on the hairline. Or maybe you want to demonstrate it for the client, but you have to know these options, right? For yourself, for your client. Okay? So as far as the tools, I think that's about it. Then you're gonna have this metal thing right here. Very sharp.
Oh, this one?
Yes. You see where there's the rubber here? Take out the rubber on the other side. You see how this is what you use
One time.
to take down, yes, to take down locks. So you might have a client that says, oh, you know, I need to pay to come and take my locks down. So this is what you're going to use. This comb is too thick, right, to take them down. So I saw you were doing something when you were retired where you would use the comb to go like this. This is also something you can use if you want. But it might take time because you'll be switching from one tool to the next, right? But this is what we use for lock repair and to take down locks.
Okay.
If your client has holes in their locks, maybe the loctician that they had, you know, I showed you a lock before.
Yeah.
Right. You can use this to push the hair down on the lock so that it will give you room to now interlock it. Okay? That's what this is for.
Okay.
Is it supposed to be pointed or bent?
Pointed. Mine is bent. It's a mistake. They showed me the wrong tool. It's supposed to be pointed. Okay? Yours is pointed, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just show this to the camera. Give me your. Yeah. So it's gonna be pointed like that. Okay? So that's your lock takedown tool. Okay? So that's that. So now,
I'm asking.
sorry?
You've explained this
Yes,
and its purpose, but what about this?
it's just there.
Oh,
It's
I
a
thought-
multi-purpose tool,
Mhm.
so we just want the pointed side. We don't really use that
Oh,
side.
But could it be used for somewhere, or
Yeah, you can be creative.
because it looks like this?
The problem with that,
Hmm.
it's not sharp in the end. How are you going to put
Oh.
it through the root?
Oh, this one?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
How are you gonna put it? So no, you will not be able to
Yeah,
do
it,
that.
it cannot.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so those are the sharp tools. Then you're gonna have this brush. It's a detangling brush. If you're doing starter locks and you need to comb the hair and detangle it, this is what you would use. So normally, when your client is coming in for a new set of locks, you're going to ask the customer to shampoo their hair before they come. Shampoo and condition, blow dry it out. Okay, and put it in like big twist or big braid. So when they now sit in your chair, you will now use this to comb
To
out
comb
and
them.
detangle before you start your work. If it's still nappy, you will blow dry it. Okay, you would use the blow dryer with the nozzle. Nappy and not stretch, you're going to use a dryer with an attachment
Okay.
like this, a comb attachment. All right, and you switch it on, and then you use the comb.
You comb it when it is wet.
You can do it when it's wet, yeah,
Okay.
or dry.
Or dry.
Or dry. Remember, you're going to ask your customer to shampoo their hair at home. So when they come to you, their hair is probably going to be dry, right? So, but when you take out their dry, if it's still difficult to comb through, you grab this with the comb, you switch it on, and then you comb it through, okay, to stretch it out. Got it?
Is it normally done in natural hair, or you can as well use it in those which are used by, like when you braid them using artificial braiding?
Yeah,
It can also work.
it can also work, yes.
Okay.
So the idea of blow drying the hair out is so that when you are parting the lines, they can be
Yeah.
straight.
Sure.
Yes, it's to make sure, because if the hair is not straight, it's going to be difficult for you
Yeah.
to get those straight lines.
Sure.
And when they are coming to you, that's what they want. They want the professional lines because they can't do it at home.
Even I think the pain, they are not going to face pain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That will help to take out the knots in the hair. Okay, so that's that. And then this is also the same thing. These are both for detangling.
Oh, they act the same.
Yes, yes. You can either use a brush. You see the brush, the mouth is small. If it hurts, go for
You
your
can use the comb.
yes, go for your these combs with the tail on the end over here. So these ones you use them for retie. Okay, so you see how when you were pulling down your, I said you go row by row. This is what you use to clean your lines, right? To
Use a
comb.
comb.
Yes, you can use a comb. You brush it. You don't put it through because the hair is locked already. If it's natural, you can use this to make your parts as you're going for big traditional looks. Okay, so this is your parting comb when you're doing starter locks. It's also your parting comb when you're doing your retwist and your retie. The reason why we like this one is because when you're done, you can just stick it in the locks,
Sure.
right? Instead of dropping it, you just put it in the head. So it cuts down, all this long time. Okay, so that's what this is for. Right? Then you're gonna come to this. This is for parts. Now, when you start doing, in order for me to come back to this comb, we're gonna start with this one. Alright? So when you're starting traditional locks, micro locks, this is what you use to part the hair. Right? This is what you use to part your middle line. You just put it and you glide it. You let this direct you. Right? It'll be easier than going in there and going small parts. You just put this, through. So for the middle all the way, for the side all the way, and even the small ones inside. So this one works in conjunction with this one. Okay? That has this sharp gap. A lot of braiders use this one. You don't have it. It's difficult to find. It's a carbon comb, so I have to go to one more place to get it for you. Okay, so that's this one. So these are the two that you use to make your parts when you're starting locks and you're starting micro locks. Okay, these two go together. Now, after you've done your major parts, right? Now you're going to go and make the size of the lock that you're going to do. So you're gonna have this one. This is mainly for Microlocs.
This one?
Exactly. So this is what is gonna determine the lock size that you're gonna do. So if you notice for my son, he mainly has this size,
This one?
the one that you were working on.
Okay.
Yeah. Would you say it's this size? Or this
I think
smaller
this one.
size? This this one. I started with this in the top, I ended with this. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, the more you do it, the slim it becomes.
Yes, yes. Okay.
But I think the daughter is having
Bigger than this.
bigger than this.
Exactly. So this is what we use for anything Microlocs, right? Anything Microlocs, this is what we use. These sizes, 1, 2, 3, going to the very, very small size, this is now what we call sister locks. Okay? But we want to focus mainly on Microlocs. The Microlocs that are bigger, not too small. All right? Because what ends up happening with the small ones, some of the head textures are not able to withstand this extra small size. They snap off. Right? So just to give you a very sturdy lock, just focus on these two sizes.
These two?
Yeah, these two sizes. So this is a small Microloc and this is an extra small Microloc. Those are the only two sizes we do. Small or extra small. Make sense? Okay. So where these cones come into play, the reason I have these is, in the beginning, it's gonna be, this is gonna take a lot of time trying to see, is it the perfect row when we start doing the practical? Is it the perfect row? Is it the perfect size? So what I did now is you have now this comb. You will now take out the teeth and it will give you an automatic size. You got it? So let's do it now. So what you're gonna do is you have a scissors in your kit, this small scissors. Now this small scissors, what it's for is when you're doing your reties, sometimes the locks are going to get married to each other. So you, like you came and you showed me, you look, oh, this one is attached, and I took a scissors and I snipped it. That's what you use this for. Okay? So you always have this in your kit to fix anything you need. Okay? So what you're gonna do is to get this big size, you're gonna remove some teeth. You're gonna remove 5 teeth.
In a comb?
Not that. Watch the comb you're holding up.
Oh, this one?
Yes. And it's the big size, not the small one. The one that is bigger gaps.
I think this one. This one?
No, that's
This
not
one?
it. That's a different one. That's the one. This one.
Okay.
Okay, so what you will do, you'll take your scissors. Don't use the tip. This is a very fragile scissors. So when you go in there to cut it from here so that you don't break your scissors. Do you understand? So put it all the way and cut it like that from back here. Don't cut from the tip. It's not a strong scissors like that. Don't use the tip. Put it in. Put it through. Push it. Yeah, you see what she's doing? She's really pushing it so that she can cut from here. From the base, from the bottom, one at a time.
Like this?
Yeah, but you have two. Only one at a time you can cut. So let's start from the beginning. You see, you're gonna do one. Put your scissors inside. You see it? One. Push it to the base. Push it forward. Yes. Push it to the base, and then cut it from the bottom. From the very only one. You have how many in there?
Two.
One tooth. Only one. Yes, push it down. Look at what I'm doing. You see, there's only one. I'm isolating one.
Oh, you choose one.
Choose one. Yes. Push it down all the way. Cut it from the bottom. So that's 2. That's 3. Push. That's 4. Ah, yeah, I feel like 5 is too big. That's 5. Yeah, cut 4. How many did you cut?
5.
Okay, so
It's
then
not all the way to the bottom.
you have to cut it all the way to the bottom. You know why? Because now you have to file it. You're gonna bring this thing out, and you're gonna file all this thing down. Because if you don't file it, when you put it in the customer's hair, it's gonna pull. There we go. So now, automatically, if you and your customer has decided that this is the size that you want, you will just use this comb to make your part. You will now just automatically use this. You will use this as a guide, as guidance to talk to your customer. After you have decided, you will now come and you will now measure it. You see? That's the big one. You see it? Remove 5 teeth. Right? When you remove 5 teeth, that's this one. So that's the small size. Right? Then you will now say, okay, for this extra small, you will now take your next comb. You will only remove 3.
For this one?
Yes, for this size.
The one in the middle.
Yes, no, this extra small size. You will only remove 3 teeth from your comb, because you have 2 combs. No, you have 2 combs. Remember, you have this comb, and you have the other comb. You have 2 combs like this. Yes, that one. That's correct. From that one, you're only going to remove 3.
3, yeah?
Yes, from the bottom. So those are your 2 sizes. Okay? So that's for you when you start working. Instead of you just dropping and picking this thing, you will now just use this as guidance. Okay? When you're making your parts, so that everything is equal and identical. That's very key. That's the beauty of Microlocs, is when everything is the same size. Even with traditional locks, they look beautiful when everything is the right size, is the same size. Okay, so it's this one, 5, or you remove 3. I remove 5 from that. But okay. So show me your 2 sizes. There we go. So this is your extra small size, and then this is your small size. Okay, see the difference. This is your retwist for your traditional locks that you do palm roll. Palm roll retwist. This is for your comb coil or retwist.
So the one you do like this?
Yes, this side, not that big side. This
this
side,
one?
this small side, exactly.
Okay.
You will grab your comb and go like that. So that's the reason why you use the narrow side, because you'll be able to turn it around. Okay, so this is your comb coil comb. Okay, now and then these are your, what do we call these? Puff holders, rubber bands. Rubber bands, good. So if you notice, when you were doing your reties, I asked you not to use clips. I asked you to use these. This is what we use for locks, right? Just put them in buns. You did that already. A loose bun, and when you do your roll, you just pull your lock as you go, right? This is also good for styling your locks when you're done, or when you're parting your hair. You know, sometimes people have a lot of hair and the clips are not enough. This is what you use. But for the ones, sometimes you might need to use 2. The rubber bands and these big clips. These are for thick hair, because this thing is flexible. It moves with the hair. Okay? These are called jaw clips or crocodile clips. Right? Whenever you are, like when you start parting the hair and you just want something out of the way, you just use this one instead of fumbling with this. Right? You will just use this. So this you use whenever you want to put a lot big sections of hair to the side. Right?
Like during the twisting?
Sorry?
During the twisting, you can as well use this one?
No. During retwisting, the ones you use are these. These are called duck bill clips. Yes, when you're doing your retwist. These are to hold your lines together. So let's just say you've dropped one line. You will clip this now on the line that's on top, on the root. This is now when you want a very precise work. This is just, okay, put all the hair aside. This is now put the roll aside, right? Very close to where you're working. That's where you use these ones. Okay. Then you are going to have these clips. These are called double prong clips. This you use lock to lock. All right. This one you use row to row. These you use lock to lock. So let's just say the lock next to the lock you're working on is getting in your way. You will just take this one and clip it to the side. This one you're gonna clip the locks on the top, and then this one you clip it on the side, away from where you're working. So these allow for more precise work. Okay, so that's those.
Do we only put them on bigger locks or even micro locks you can.
These are mainly for micro locks. The bigger locks you will find maybe this
that
one.
one,
Yeah, maybe this one is the one you'll need to use for the bigger locks. Yeah, these one are mainly for the micro locks. And sometimes when you do your palm roll and you want to hold the lock in place, you can use this one. If you want to hold one lock in place, if you want to hold maybe 3 or 4, maybe you've done your palm roll of 3 or 4, you will use this one.
That one.
Yes, to hold them in place. If you have done, for example, a palm roll and you have done locksmithing, do you know what that is? Locksmithing is when you have cleaned the body of the lock using your hands, almost like the palm roll. Let's say you have 3 locks. You clip the 3 locks like this, right? From the top. You will now, to keep the locks down here in one position, you will now come from the opposite direction and you will clip like that. You understand? And this one, you clip like this. So whenever you are doing your palm roll or retie on someone with long hair, this is how you position your clips. You do it like a crisscross kind of thing. Okay? So that's it. Now back to our Microlocs. After we've parted, right? This I'm going to use, I'll demonstrate this. This is a tape measure that we use whenever we are parting the hair. We need everything to be very precise. Okay? We use it to know the size of the head, the size of the section. So these two, they kind of work together. All right? And then also, when you are sectioning, you need these small rubber bands, right? You know, we have these big ones. These are to hold a lot of hair out of the way, like mainly locks when you're doing your retie. But these ones, after you sectioned your hair and you want to start doing the Microlocs, you use these. And I recommend using the white ones, right? So you know you're still working, you're not done. Okay? Then you have one of these inside your kit. It's for...
This one?
Yeah. It's for your fingers to protect them, especially when you're doing work with this crochet needle. Alright? Sometimes when you need to go like that, it protects your finger. Or even sometimes if you need more grip on the hair that you're working with, see how it feels like skin. You can use that. Okay? Allows you to be very
Then
precise.
what about this one? I've never seen it, but I mostly see the optician use
Yes. If
like
we don't do a lot of, we don't use gel a lot, but you use gel. It's like a wristband with a little plate here where you put gel. I'll get it for you. Okay, I'll get it for you because, yeah, you use a lot of that. And then when you're done and you're styling, you see these are hair pins. They're not bobby pins. So when you look at it closely, it's open. Okay? These are open. This is what we use for styling locks in general, the long ones. You can have short ones too. I just put them in there for you. But if you have clients that ask for styles a lot, this is what we use. We don't use bobby pins. Yeah. And that is it.
For styling, like what do you mean?
Like, let's say me, I have styles. You see, I have a style right now.
Oh, you use the pins?
I use pins, yeah, to hold everything in place. See?
So a client could go with these ones? Or just helps you to hold?
See, like right now, I just slide it in. And it just held my cornrow in place. This side and this side also. Like that.
So we don't use the other needle to sew?
No.
No? Okay. Then what about using your locks to, maybe you're doing ballets or something like a cornrow?
And you want to use my lock to tie?
Like to make cornrow in your dreadlock?
In my dreadlock? What's your question?
You can use your hair.
You mean this my hair?
Yes.
To just cornrow it?
Yes.
And at the end, you use this?
No, you can use that as well, your braids to
tie.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's
but
okay.
You have to be careful
that
the customer can take it out.
Oh, okay.
Because if you tie it too tight, especially these small locks.
Because according to the pictures I sent to you,
yeah,
I did that. But I used at the end the braids to tie.
To tie. It's okay. They are big locks.
Yeah.
Easy to take out. But when it comes to these small ones, you have to be
Oh.
very careful. It's better for you to use this small rubber band.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you want to hide
Mm.
something, then you just fold it and use this
Use a pin instead
to
of
put it
pin.
away. Yeah.
Okay.
Like if you go like this, if you pat my head, you will not feel it.
Mm.
Yeah, but at least everything is in place.
Yeah.
And then this one is just for styling. Okay, it stretches, it bends. Let's just say the hair is very massive. You can just use it to tie the hair.
Just
It's
like-
very flexible, yeah. Yeah.
Can
Sometimes
you use
you-
it in the customer's hair, or is there a way to take it out after styling? Using it to style?
if you want, you can give it to the customer, but this is just for you to. Everything in the kit is for you.
To learn just.
If everything in the kit is for you to use on the customer when they come in.
Oh.
Do you understand?
Mm.
But clip, you are not gonna take it back. The customer is going to go with the clip, right? This, depending on how you used it, yes, maybe you put it in a ponytail. You can't take it out. That means the customer is going to live with
Oh,
it.
it goes with it.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly. So it depends. You have things at your disposal. If you like it, then you just come back to me and you say, hey, Chidi, I gave my customer, can I have another one? I have a lot of them.
It is used for styling.
It's for styling. It's for holding the hair.
Oh.
Mm.
Like maybe.
Just like this.
Okay.
It's for holding the hair away.
Oh.
Yeah, because some people have a lot of.
So this could be.
Yes.
can be used.
So you have an option just in case you have that situation.
Okay.
Okay? I think you guys are good. I've gone through everything in this kit. So let's put it away. Okay, so this one, I didn't talk about it because you guys, sorry, if you're learning reties, you use a disc, right? You put the hair, the last one. So this is your clarifying shampoo. The way you use this, you will braid and band, especially if they're still new locks. I will teach you how to braid and band, right? You wash 3 times. Anytime you wash locks, it has to be 3 times. Okay? So that's the shampoo. We do not condition locks, but we have a leave-in conditioner, and it's water-based. Okay? That's what this one is. So after you've done your shampoo,
So we
You-
don't put in conditioner.
no, right? Unless they're here for like a steam treatment.
Oh.
If they get a steam treatment, then we use a herbal treatment on their hair. Okay, and I will go through that detox and steam process with you. Okay, but this is a leave-in conditioner. Before you start your retie, after your shampoo, you spray the leave-in conditioner in the hair. Okay, that's the second product you have. Then the lock oil. You put this one in the roots and a little bit in the hair, and you give your client a massage before you start, because you can't massage their hair after they are done. It's gonna hurt. So you do it before you start. Okay.
Oh, you do it before you.
Massage
Before you
with this
start.
one.
Yes. Shampoo, put your leave-in, put the oil, then give them a scalp massage, then start your retie after.
So you do it when it is oily. The scalp is oily.
Yes. By the time you're done with the retie, the hair is gonna be almost dry.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. Then this is your rose water.
Mm.
This is the leave-in that you use. Anytime you need to wet the hair, you don't use water. This is what you use.
Oh, use a rose water.
Use your
Okay,
rose
that's
water.
fine.
Yeah. Okay. That's what it's for.
When would we need to wet the hair?
Anytime. You should never really work on dry hair.
Yeah.
Anytime you're working. I spray per roll.
If it is dry,
Yeah.
it pains.
It's painful for them. So when it's done, whatever tool you're using, it slides better.
Sure.
Okay. And then you have your lock gel, and this you use for your retie and whenever you need to hold the small hairs together. This is what you use. This is very concentrated. You use it sparingly, and your hair must be wet. Otherwise, the hair is gonna be white. Okay. Use a little bit at a time. Make sure the hair is damp.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's it. That's that product. And then it's a master business planner. I want you to put your business mind on, right? This is a business you're running. That's how I want you to look at your work, right? It's a business. So there's a video you're gonna watch tomorrow. It's about an hour. while you're working. You're going to be listening to it, and it goes through how to use it. All right, so that's what that is. And so yeah, this is your kit.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys have any questions?